Now, the 31st of August, the end of the month, should we say goodbye August or hello September? This is Trending News. My name is Brian Amwai, but first, the highlights.
The news headlines in association with
On Trending News today, why has the Deputy President's security been reduced? Parliament summons Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiangi over DP security changes. A nation at the brink of starvation. The rising alarm of 12 counties struck by drought, waiting on relief food and aid. Battling battles of the mind. 32 health facilities listed by NMS as the go-to places where residents will get mental health and psychological support services. Now remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles at Amoy Brown on Twitter, at LookUpTV. We are also live on Facebook. Now let's look at what's trending today. President Uhuru Kenyatta has today presided over the groundbreaking ceremony of construction of the new Kenya National Research and Referral Hospital at the Kabete Barracks. Now, the Level 6 hospital is expected to hold a 700-bed capacity, and once it's complete, the hospital will treat members of the military and other security forces. While launching the project, Kenyatta said the hospital is part of his government's universal health coverage agenda. He said other hospitals will be launched in Lamu, Kahawa, Eldoret, and also Garissa.
Has several administrative and other support utility elements.
Now moving on, members of the National Assembly have been recalled from recess for a special sitting tomorrow to approve 4 nominees for the Electoral Commission. Now, IBC nominees Juliana Cherer, Francis Wanderi, Irene Masit, and Justice Nyangaya have all been recommended for approval by the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee.
The National Assembly will hold a special sitting tomorrow to determine the fate of 4 independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission nominees who were vetted last week by the Department Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. National Assembly Clerk Michael Sialai said they aim to conclude the process so the commissioners can assume office. The Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, chaired by Kangema MP Muturi Kigano, conducted approval hearings for all the 4 nominees on the 24th of August. The committee is expected to table its report on the vetting of the nominees tomorrow morning ahead of MPs' debate and voting in the afternoon session in order to pave way for the final word by President Uhuru Kenyatta. The president is also supposed to gazette the names after approval before the nominees are sworn in by the Chief Justice. During the vetting, the nominees assured that they have what it takes to withstand the pressure that comes with general elections. They also swore to deliver credible, free and fair elections should Parliament confirm their appointment. The report will carry 4 names: Juliana Wonge Cherera, Francis Mathenge Wanderi, Irene Cherop Masit, and Justice Abonyo Nyangaya, who were among the 36 candidates shortlisted and interviewed by the selection panel for the appointment of commissioners. Due to the urgency of the matter occasioned by the nearing general election, Parliament will be back from a long recess expected to end on the 21st of September 2021. Last week, the nominees to the IEBC said they will review policy decisions made by the 3 current commissioners if approved by Parliament. The 4 had appeared before the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, which vetted them on their suitability to replace the 4 ex-commissioners. The 4 nominees will replace former Consolata Maina, Margaret Mwachanya, Paul Kurgat, and Rosalind Akombe, who resigned from the commission by announcing their resignation in February 2018, citing lack of confidence in the management of IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati. Aside from vetting the 4 IEBC nominees, the MPs will also look into a report by the Departmental Committee on Education and Research on the vetting of the nominees for appointment to the position of member of the Teachers Service Commission, among other things. Roger Morioki, Look Up TV.
Now moving on, 12 counties are in dire need of relief food as drought worsens in various parts of the country, including Isiolo, Turkana, Nyeri and Laikipia, which are termed to be the counties that have been experiencing drought since June this year. Now, according to a report by the National Drought Management Authority, Nyeri, Laikipia and Isiolo counties could be facing starvation. David Kasembeli now reports.
In a situation that is expected to worsen, thousands of people are reported to be facing starvation due to the severe drought ravaging parts of the country. The drought has also pushed hundreds of wildlife from their natural habitat into private farms in search of water and pasture. Several counties have already appealed to the national government and other development partners for help. In a report released by the National Drought Management Authority, stated that Nyeri, Laikipia and Isiolo counties are facing starvation. The authority also cited Isiolo as the county with a severe vegetation deficit. Isiolo and Laikipia are among 12 counties that faced drought from June. The National Drought Management Authority say that the drought situation will worsen between July and November 2021 with negative consequences for household food security, crop and livestock production, access to water and the nutritional status of children. The report noted that reduced milk consumption due to a decrease in production has led to malnutrition in children. This comes as the county received below average rainfall in March and April. Other factors include human-wildlife conflict in Tegu area that has left farmers counting losses. In Turkana, emaciated livestock, death of animals and dry water sources are what welcomes you when you step in Turkana County. The state stopped supplying relief food and opted for a cash transfer program, which according to locals collapsed a while back. By March, the Turkana County administration had reported that at least 600,000 residents were at risk of starvation. Turkana MPs led by Daniel Epuyo Nanok of Turkana West described that the drought situation as dire and called for an urgent supply of relief food, a speech that was backed up by Loima constituency member of parliament Jeremiah Lomurokai, who said that locals were staring at death and asked the government to intervene before people die. National Drought Management Authority County Coordinator Abdul Rizak Gilo said that the emergency meeting with stakeholders from the Ministry of Water, Education, Health, Livestock and Agriculture discussed the effects of drought and starvation. In Naivasha, Rubiri and Mirera, the animals have strayed from Mount Longonot National Park, Hell's Gate and ranches into local farms. As a result, the farmers are facing starvation after their produce was destroyed by the animals, which are also posing danger to pupils. David Kasembeli, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Now that story takes us to a fast break here on Look Up TV Trending News. Engage with us on our social media handles at Amoy Brown on Twitter at Look Up TV, or you can send us an SMS on 20374. We'll be taking that short break. We'll be back with more news.
Grow your business, broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries, then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@look look-up.tv. Health Check in association with
Natural Juicing Center.
Importance of fruits. Fruits are an excellent source of essential vitamins and minerals, and they are high in fiber. Fruits also provide a wide range of health-boosting antioxidants, including flavonoids. Eating a diet high in fruits and vegetables can reduce a person's risk of developing heart disease, cancer, inflammation, and diabetes.
Health Check in association with
Natural Juicing Center. You can now book for any service or order for food supplements on our website www.naturaljuicingcenter.co.ke. You can also visit our center in Kahawa Sukari, house number 1334, Kahawa Sukari Avenue. Natural Juicing Center. Your health is your wealth.
Many of your problems, you, and I mean you, must pray for them. It is only in the place of prayer where you establish a relationship between you and God, because there are battles you must fight. Mpendwa, kuna vita zinakugojea upigane, na usipopigana utapigwa. You either fight or you will be fought. Kama unaweza kaa kwa Mungu abadilishe what you think about money. What you think about money is not what the Bible says about money. Wewe hujui hivyo. Kilio kingine unalia hapo. Shida zingine zimekufuata tangia uzaliwe. Ungetafuta dhabihu nzuri, uombe nayo mbele ya Mungu. Hiyo shida ingeenda haraka, ingeenda asubuhi.
Neno la Hekma with Pastor Ruben Thuo. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Look Up TV.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Now, thank you so much for staying with us. Moving on, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Matiangi is expected to appear before the Parliamentary Security Committee tomorrow to explain the changes on Deputy President William Ruto's security. Matiangi is expected to be accompanied by Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho and Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai.
The Nandi Senator and a close ally of Deputy President William Ruto, Samson Cherargei, has written to the Speaker of the Senate Ken Lusaka to convene a special sitting and summon Interior CS Matiangi, Police Inspector General Hilary Mutyambai, the Presidential Escort Commander and GSU Commandant to shed more light on why they downgraded Ruto's security. Last week, police service with the due 77 Elite Service Unit guns guarding Ruto's official residence in Karen and Sugoi home, replacing them with AP officers from security of government building, a move that the outspoken senator has termed unconstitutional. On Wednesday, Senate committee will meet with security bosses to explain why DP Ruto's security was replaced. On Monday, the DP Ruto welcomed the new security guards deploying to man his home for a cup of tea in Karen. The DP has since downplayed the move, saying that he is comfortable with the security that will be provided to him. Taking to Twitter, Ruto said, quote, parliamentary time should not be wasted on non-issues. The AP is a professional security service, and those who think it's a downgrade are wrong. Parliament should instead focus on deployment to serious security situations in areas where bandits are causing mayhem and destruction. End quote. For Lookup TV, I'm covered.
Now, moving on. Nairobi Metropolitan Services, NMS, has announced a list of 32 health facilities where residents will get mental health and psychological support services. This comes as the Task Force on Mental Health has recommended that the mental illness should be declared a national emergency and that mental health should be a public health priority following the rising cases of suicide in the country.
The Task Force on Mental Health has recommended mental illness should be declared a national emergency. This follows a report given by the DCI stating that mental health and suicide cases are on the rise. The Director General of Nairobi Metropolitan Services said that the health centers will comprise level 1, 2 and 4. The services will include counseling and psychotherapy, mental wellness clinic, school mental health, community mental health, child and adolescents health assessment, as well as epilepsy clinic. The level 2 and 3 facilities will include Dandora, Kariobangi North and Kasarani, Mukuru kwa Jenga, Embakasi East and Kayole health centers. The level 4 facilities are Mama Lucy Hospital, Pumwani Maternity Hospital, Mbagathi Hospital in Dagoretti. The Ngara Child Friendly Clinic is the only center providing child and adolescent mental health between Monday and Friday. According to the data released by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI in July, Nairobi recorded 64 suicides and 39 assault cases in 3 months. This was third to Rift Valley with 68 suicides and 106 assault cases. Nyanza followed with 67 suicides and 51 assault cases over the same period. The National Police Service has also revealed the worrying number of officers who are being treated with mental health issues. This is after a police officer attached to Njoro police station shot his girlfriend dead and then turned the gun on himself. So far, 127 counsellors and chaplains have been deployed to various stations across the country. Tracy Mbi, the Lookup TV, Nairobi.
Now moving on, in a public notice, the judiciary has announced that it will conduct maintenance on the e-system to schedule. Now this means that court users who are seeking to file cases and make payments on the judiciary e-filing system will have to wait until tomorrow. The new court fees schedule was published on July 3rd, 2021 and will take effect tomorrow, September 1st. Now the e-filing system is in operation on over 60 court stations across the country. The judiciary went digital in case filing and payment last year in March in a bid to improve efficiency and stop revenue leakage. Now, across the borders, the Kenyan ambassador to Namibia, Benjamin Langat, has been criticized for allegedly engaging in game hunting. Kenyans have taken to social media to express their anger at the needless death of the innocent animal. Elsewhere, a cholera outbreak in Niger has claimed the lives of more than 80 people. Cecilia and more on our international roundup.
The Kenyan ambassador to Namibia, Benjamin Langat, has been subjected to heavy critiques for allegedly engaging in game hunting. This is after a photo of the diplomat posing next to the slain Greta Kudu surfaced on social media on Monday, starring the outrage. In the photo, Langat was in possession of a rifle in one hand, while the other held his kill by its horn. Kenyans have taken to social media expressing their outrage at the needless death of the innocent animal, some calling for Langat's dismissal for tarnishing the country's name. They argued that being Kenya's ambassador, he ought to have carried himself with value during his service abroad. Although Namibia allows game hunting, killing of wild animals has been illegal in Kenya since 1977. The photo has angered citizens, attracting more than 1,000 retweets and more than 200 quote tweets on Twitter. In other news, 83 people have lost their lives following a cholera outbreak in Niger. Authorities have recorded more than 2,300 cases since 13th March. 6 out of the 8 regions have been affected by the outbreak, which has worsened due to floods. A cholera epidemic was officially declared on 9th August by the health minister. Taliban fighters have declared victory at Kabul after US finally withdrew its last troop. Afghanistan's international banking systems have frozen up. The country's economy has been rendered fragile and heavily dependent on aid. Western countries have stopped foreign aid shipments. Concerns have been raised about the current state of the Afghanistan's economy, with its currency value falling sharply and food prices rising. The final American flight took off just after midnight on Tuesday. Heavy gunfire cut through the air in Kabul overnight as the pro-Taliban forces went into celebration. US officials stated that together with allies, they managed to evacuate 123,000 people before the 31st August deadline. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said a new chapter of Americans' engagements with Afghanistan has begun. Genetic researchers who have been watching for new coronavirus variants have seen a variant called C12 popping across South Africa and 7 other countries in Africa, Asia, and Pacific. The variant carries changes that have given other variants increased transferability and the ability to evade the immune system's response to some degree. The team is keeping an eye on it, assessing the variant's impact on the antibody neutralization following SARS-CoV-2 infections or vaccination against SARS-CoV-2 in South Africa. Reporting for Lookup TV, I'm Cecilia Lubanga.
Thank you, Cecilia, for that. Back in the country, the Nzoia Sugar Company management has been put on spot for 295 million shillings cane crushing plant that was purchased I'll take that again. The Nzoia Sugar Company management has been put on spot for 295 million shillings cane crushing plant that was purchased 28 years ago, but to date remains idle. Now, according to Auditor General Nancy Gathungu, the miller bought the plant in 1993 as part of a production expansion program, but has never been commissioned. Nancy Nelima now reports of this and many other idle machinery that has cost taxpayers a ton of money.
Taxpayers continue to bear the brunt of huge machineries purchased across the country to upgrade services, but end up idle for weeks, months, and ultimately years. The machinery at the Nzoia Sugar Company, purchased 28 years ago, was to aid in the expansion of the factory cane processing capacity from 3,000 tons a day to 7,000 tons. In the audit report tabled in Parliament, the expansion program was not completed then, and the acquired plant has been lying idle since the acquisition and has not generated any income for the company. Gathungu has warned that technological changes and wear and tear are bound to affect the idle machinery adversely and may result in the loss of taxpayers' funds. The expansion program, according to the report, was financed by the international company not mentioned and guaranteed by the government of Kenya. According to an early evaluation report of some of the items bought for the expansion, including the plant, the items are in the deplorable state and the company has not recognized any impairment charges on them. Ms. Gathungu also questioned why Nzoia had piled idle stocks of chemicals and machinery spares amounting to 137 million shillings. She particularly cited a contract signed by the management with a local dealer for the supply of syrup clarification chemicals for 21 million shillings. The report indicates that the goods were delivered in February 2017 but have never been utilized. This comes after the ambitious upgrade projects of the country's health system worth over 2 billion shillings. The Medical Equipment Service MES program has seemingly turned into a scandal. The equipment X-ray machines, C-arm for orthopedic surgery and ICU facilities, among other specialized machines, bought at inflated rates, remain unused or underused because of shortage of specialists to operate them, while in some cases there is neither space nor facilities to house them. Nancy Lima, Lookup TV.
Now, that story by Nancy Lima brings us to the end of our bulletin today. Thank you so much for making time for us here on Trending News on Lookup TV. Let's do this again next time. Stay tuned for a subsequent bulletin at 7 o'clock with Sally Limo on Taarifa Kuu.
value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700 893 542 or send us an email to views@look-up.tv. We can't wait to hear from you.